How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. I also got to put in the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So today we're going to be talking about NIO. It's been a little bit since I did an update for you guys, but you know these are one of my high conviction plays. So I want to make sure I keep you guys inside the loop. So before we get started, of course, we got to go over the agenda. If you are new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below in the description to make navigation easier. But if you are a shareholder or you're considering to take a position, I highly suggest you watch the full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is a technical analysis. When I brought NIO to your attention, especially when it was on the dip, it was in the low 30 range. So if you had the opportunity to add, you would definitely be seeing some green in your portfolio right now. Of course, I see this as a long-term play, but if you had a short-term goal as far as for this stock, then I hope that you've been taking some profits. But when we do the technicals, we're going to take a look at the price action, look at areas of support just in case it decides to pull back, and also seeing some areas of resistance, and if it's able to get past this, where this stock could actually go. Then secondly, we're going to be going over the short interest information. We want to know, what is the overall market sentiment? Is it positive or is it negative? I feel this is very key, especially if you're considering to take a position in this stock. And then lastly, I'm going to be doing the final thoughts, which I'll be breaking down some of the things we uncovered, and then on top of that, giving you guys some more key details in regards to how I feel about NIO. So let's get into it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for NIO. So let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $42.74, being down 1.88%. When we see where it tested on the low, it was at $42.73. Then on the high, testing at $44.44. So NIO is definitely one of our high conviction play here. When we were talking about it, it was around this 36 level. And also I was saying, hey, if you can get it in the low 30s, even better. So due to the fact that it has ran up quite a bit, getting to areas, as you can see over here, being faced just below $45. So since it is a long-term play, I have not sold out any of my position whatsoever. But you guys know already, like I said previously, I was loading already in the low 30s. But do keep in mind what we're seeing here from the 1-year daily chart. We want to see how well it's moving up with these indicators. So we know it's very bullish because it is above the 21-day, it's above the 200-day, and it was showing some strength actually being above the 100-day. But of course, we have volatility inside of the markets due to the CPI data that's going to be coming out tomorrow, because again, that's going to be correlated with inflation. But do know this stock has been running up quite on the tear, being at around 62 on the RSI, so being in that overbought territory. So if it does decide to pull back, I'd be looking out if I was considering to go into another position around here, around 39. But like myself, if I'm going to be adding for my position, I would more likely want to add around 36, 35, or even lower, just to make sure that it's around the range of my cost average. So what would we be looking forward to from NIO? It'll be great to see if we can continue this run up, all right? This is a growth stock at the end of the day that comes with a lot of volatility, so pullbacks are inevitable. But if it does decide to continue running up, I would love to see a test getting here to around $48. But before it gets there, it's definitely going to have some resistance here, right here around 46.17, and when it's able to pass this particular area, that's when I look forward to seeing that move. So around Fintel, we're going to take a look at the short interest information for NIO. So when we see with the short volume ratio is at 30%, so this is significantly high here. Anything above 21% does signal a big time short squeeze potential. What does this look like? So out of the 50.3 million shares that were traded yesterday, just under 15 million of those shares were actually sold short. So as we scroll down on the page, short shares availability stands at 10 million, and as far as for the short ball free rate, it is at 0.25%. Taking a look at the history of the short volume ratio, NIO is definitely no stranger being above 21%. And we've covered this in previous videos as well. So knowing that there's a lot of negative market sentiment around NIO, this is why we're going to have a lot of volatility when it comes to the stock price. And it's also another reason why I tell you guys never to chase or FOMO into these particular plays. They do pull back, and the same thing goes for NIO. And if it does decide to pull back in the range of where my cost average is, right around those low 20s, then I wouldn't be thinking to be adding. But for the most part, I would be looking forward to see what it looks like later on in the evening, due to the fact that we did have some selling pressure, especially since we are waiting what's going to be happening tomorrow with the CPI data. So for my final thoughts for NIO, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this stock continue to run for the rest of the year. But do keep in mind, this is a growth stock at the end of the day, so it's going to be having a lot of pullbacks. I also want to congratulate those who were able to get in the low to mid 30 area and be able to enjoy this run up. When I brought it to your attention, I'm saying, hey, NIO is definitely one of those plays to consider, because I see it as the Tesla of China. So having it in your portfolio is definitely not a bad deal at all. It's definitely not a bad idea at all, because you would be seeing some green right now. Another thing to understand, with that 30% short volume ratio, there's a lot of shorts who are in this stock. They're saying, hey, this price needs to come down. But do keep in mind of the fact, anytime they drop some news or there's a big time catalyst, then you're more likely to get some stronger moves to the upside, because shorts will be forced to cover. So with that said, be prepared for the more volatility that comes along with holding NIO stock. But again, if you have high conviction like myself, we already know where this play is going to be in the next 1 year and 2 years. Like I was saying, analyst price targets on this play 1 year from now, I think is around $66. So there's still a ton more upside, even if you decide to get into a position now. But of course, look out for those pullbacks, because they do end up happening. And I just want you guys to make sure that you're not FOMOing into any plays. Also, do keep in mind, we have the CPI data that's going to be coming out tomorrow, and it also contributed to a lot of the volatility and the strong selling off we saw inside the market today. So I want to make sure you guys are prepared. Let that data be digested by the market, see how it reacts to it, and then come up with a game plan. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.